Okay, to start off, I'm going to read you a poem. And what I'd like you to do is count the syllables as we go. Thanks for joining us. We're just starting, so what you're going to do is while I'm reading this poem, you're going to count the syllables out loud. Do you guys know what a syllable is? Let's review that. The syllable is syllable. Okay, so how many syllables is in the word syllable? 3. Okay, perfect. All right, so as you go, just do it with your fingers, all right? And also as we participate, I'm going to be making tally marks up here. So this is participation points. I'm going to call it part points for short. If you get 10 at the end of this, you get a little treat. Yeah. It's exciting. Okay, so the first, what'd you say?
It's not a banana.
No, it's not a banana this time. No, and we don't have to talk like monkeys either. Okay. All right, is everybody ready to count while I read? Okay. Her brown eyes are gleaming as she skates on frosted pearl ice, focused on me to teach. Did you guys kind of get the first? Well, let's redo that. How about we just do the first line? Okay, sorry.
Mike?
Her brown eyes are gleaming. How many syllables is that?
5.
Her brown eyes are gleaming. Yeah, it was 6, wasn't it? But thank you for answering anyway. There's a tally mark for volunteering. Okay, so that actually is not considered the type of poetry we're going to be looking at today. We're actually going to be looking at haiku poetry, which has different syllables in the beginning. I will read you one, and then you can count it, and then you will know. Let's count the first line of this. Curving up and then down. So how many syllables was that? Curving up, then down. 5. Correct. So I'd like you guys to get, I'd like you all of you fabulous students, to get out a piece of paper. We're going to practice taking a new kind of note-taking today. And we're going to learn about the history of haiku poetry and also what it entails. And so if you recall last week, well, it would have been 2 weeks ago now, we went over like a web type of categorizing. And it kind of looked like this, where we'd have one main thing and then we would have some branches off of it. We did a categorizing that way. Today we're going to take notes that way. So when I in the very center of your paper, I'd like you to write the word haiku and put a circle around it. Everybody got that? You're going to need some room around your paper to put some other notes. So as we read, or as I speak, I'm going to have you guys write, I'm going to have you all, y'all,
Poets?
I'm going to have you students write the main categories that I speak about, okay? Everybody with me? Yep. All right, great. Okay. So haiku first became at first it was a game of writing one line, and then they pass it off to someone else, and then you write another line. And it was in Japan. So first let's write history here and put another circle around it. So what do we know? What do we know so far that I've already said? Yes.
Japan.
It's from Japan, correct. What was it originally?
A game.
A game. Okay. It was a game. In this game, the requirements for this game, you had to have something called a kirihi. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I will write it up here. And it's called cutting words. The kirihi are cutting words. It's the same in our language as syllables. Okay, so a kirihi, let me make sure I spell it correctly. So requirement is a kirihi. And those are called cutting words. If you need to remind yourself what a kirihi is, you would put off to another line cutting words over here, if you would like to remind yourself of what it is. Okay. Another requirement, is that it has something to do with a kigo, or a seasonal or nature aspect to it. So in order for it to be a correct type of poem, it had to have something called a kigo, which is seasonal or nature.